Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody has been doing wonderful. So I am going to be a little bit more sociological, a little bit more faith-based, because that's what I've always said, that I just kind of bring both my worlds together. And I'm gonna really magnify both of those with this topic. So I know if you go back through my videos, I've done a topic before on, or I should say I've done a video on the topic of discernment. We all have gifts, whether or not we step into them and own them, that's a whole nother story. But I know that one of my gifts is the gift of discernment. I have not always, stepped into my discernment. I had to kind of uncover it and realize that was something that I had. I think sometimes I'm scared to listen to my discernment. And let me kind of say that in everyday terms, it's your gut. It's your gut instinct. It's like something isn't right. Something feels off. I can't put my finger on it, but just something's off, right? So simply put, I am entitling this video, Trust Your Gut, Trust Your Discernment, and I'm using both of those because I realize that if I say discernment, some people may not get that fully and what that means, but we all know what it means to trust your gut, right? And so I'm using both of those, hoping that maybe something I say in here will kind of help you to kind of uncover or step more into not only your purpose, because that's what I'm about, but also whatever gift you have, right? I think, and let me say it this way. We all have the gift of discernment. I think it's on a spectrum. I think it's bigger for some. And let me tell you, for me, I've gone through enough life challenges in the middle of a life challenge right now. And, it's forcing me to put into that space of discernment. So let me just start with the what is. What is your gut? What is your discernment? And it's essentially, I've heard it this way. This is not mine, but I've heard whether it's in a sermon or even like just something else on YouTube, or I've read it, that your gut, your discernment is like your sixth sense. We all know we have five senses, right? But it's that extra, like, not fully identified, like your vision or your hearing or your sight or your taste, right? But it's like just something feels off, right? And I've had a lot of aha moments over the past couple months. And I've had a lot of like, I knew something was off in a certain situation and I knew something wasn't right. I couldn't exactly put my finger on it. But the thing for me that I've learned, and it has helped me to step into the space of my discernment, is that God always uncovers what you need to know, right? So I'm sharing that because, again, I said, let's talk about what is it, right? It's that gut. We can't see our gut. We can feel it internally, right? To actually kind of describe it, whether it's like butterflies in your stomach or knots in your stomach or headache or stress or whatever, right? We all have it. And the thing that I am coming to realize, everyone, is that in order to live a life of purpose, in order to be the best version of who you are, whether that's professionally, whether that's academically for my students, whether that is in your relationships and all relationships, right? Not just your romantic relationships, but your friendships, your family relationships, your professional relationships, employee, employer, that sort of thing. In order to be the best version of yourself, you have to be able to not only listen to your gut and step into your discernment, but you have to act on it. You have to act on it. You have to do something about it. And I think I can think back through my life. I'm not going to make the assumption for other people, but I can think back through my life and think of so many times. And I try to look back, not with regret. There's a few regrets, but I try to look back over my life and look at everything as a lesson. What can I learn from this? This situation is going to has taught me this, so I don't make the same mistake again, or I can, something of that nature, right? But I can think back so many times where my gut was screaming, but really for me, I think it was my discernment was like, God's like, favor, come on, I'm showing you what this is. I'm telling you to go left, but you're trying to go right still. And I simply just ignored it. I'm still in that season of trying to figure out why, although I think, as I approach my mid 40s, things are starting to make more sense to me. So what I want to share with you all today. I keep running across, whether it's former students or just, just people in general in life. A lot of my former students are now in their mid-20s, and they're closer to 30 than they are to 20. Current students I have, people that I work with in some shape or form, relationships I've had friendships and all that sort of stuff. The thing I'm learning about people is that I think there's that desire to live in our purpose. We want to go down a certain path, but man, oftentimes we just stop listening. We don't quiet ourselves. We don't surround ourselves with the right people who will encourage us. They're pulling energy from us instead of putting energy into us, so to speak. And we're not listening to God at the end of the day. God has a purpose and a plan for every single one of us. So I encourage you all today, listen to your gut, listen to your discernment, step into it. It's not always the easiest thing to do. A lot of times that means you have to go against the crowd. A lot of times that might mean going against, maybe there's something that you want to work, but at the end of the day, it's not best for you, right? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a class you're taking, whatever the case is, right? But you have to listen to your discernment. It's there for a reason. So I hope that encourages somebody today. We're going to listen to our gut. We're going to step into our discernment. And I hope that will help somebody be as fit in their purpose as they possibly can. I hope y'all have a wonderful week or weekend, and I'll see y'all in the next video.